This is the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
About to bring gold back to Lawrence County.
Your home for the County of Champions.
And how sweet it is! A state gold medal for the Union Scotties!
And then the Shannock Lancers are your 2A softball champions. The trophy lifted high.
The 10th seed Union Scotties are WPIAL champions.
Not a Cinderella story, a championship story here.
And your 2023 WPIAL 2A Girls Champions, the Shenango Wildcats.
The pitch from Bruce, here it comes. Look at this! Union wins it! The Union Scotties have rallied to win the WPIAL Championship 10.
The top local athletes and the top sports moments all featured here, live or archived at lcsportsnet.com.
Working down inside and alley-oop the young gun.
She'll strike it and score!
Featuring over 100 broadcasts of county events in over a dozen sports. Your voice for Lawrence County sports.
The gold ball headed home to Newcastle.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet.
The path to the Peterson Center takes us to Mohawk High School tonight for a first-round matchup in the boys' AAA WPIAL tournament. Good evening from Mohawk High School. Eric Thomas, Lee Moan with you. Tonight, the number 2 seed Mohawk Warriors trying to defend their home court as they will take on the 15 seed McGuffey Highlanders in 3A boys basketball. Tonight's broadcast at lcsportsnet.com is brought to you by Maley Chiropractic, MVP Insurance, Luxembourg, Garbett, Kelly, and George, Castle Asphalt, the Newcastle Transit Authority, Madura Bonner Law, Penn Ohio Bottled Water, Gem Builders Incorporated, Health and Motion Physical Therapy, Pontius Insurance, Door and Concrete, The Red Zone, Works in Progress, City Rescue Mission, Something for Your Wall Photography, the Tri-County Principals Association, and the Mohawk Education Association, and also by the Lawrence County Community Action Partnership. Well, this is a very interesting matchup. The last time we saw this Mohawk team on this floor, they had already won the section title in Section 1. However, they were upset in overtime by Neshannock, also in the 3A tournament. They're going to be opposite of Mount Pleasant tonight in other action. We'll keep you updated on all the scores on the out-of-town scoreboard update as the night goes on. But this team looking to get right. Last year, 20-5. They won their opening round matchup in the WPIAL tournament, then lost through consolations and did not make the state tournament despite being a 20-win team. I bring in my partner tonight, Lee Moan, and this Mohawk team, we know the names on this team. We know how focused they are. This team really just needs to break through and finally get this group to the Peterson Center to play for a title.
Yeah, and this is the talent, and this is what they've been waiting on right now. We got a bunch of seniors on this team here, led by Jay Rona and company, and this team, and Bobby Fadden, an outstanding sophomore. But this says they have the talent. They have the talent. They got the depth also, I think, to be able to make a serious run. Like you said last year, just a disappointing end of the season. They were just on fire for so long, and then unfortunately faltered down the stretch. But they got a great chance this year to get to the peak.
We know about Bobby Fadden and all that he has done here tonight. We'll talk more about it in our Keys to the Game segment coming up. And we will hear from both head coaches here tonight in the next two segments as well. But quickly, besides Fadden, what's a key for Mohawk? Who has to help try to step up tonight and ease the burden on Bobby Fadden?
Right now, I say, first of all, get the crowd. We're going to sell out crowd here tonight. Get this crowd into the game early, start hot. But it's going to start with defense leading the offense. I think Joey Nail does a great job on that defense. He's not the starter, but coming off the bench, he does a fantastic job on the defensive end. But and Mason Harper and Keegan Harper, I think they got to do some damage down low because McGuffey's got some size, so they're going to have to challenge that size here tonight if they want to be successful.
Winner of this game tonight will take on the winner of Yock and South Park. That game tips off at Yock High School. That is an 8 o'clock start tonight, though, so we'll try to keep you as updated as we possibly can. Elsewhere, early tip time, Shadyside Academy leads Beaver Falls right now in Seton LaSalle, and Burrell tipped off at 6 as well. Everything else except for the Olsh Dairy game, which also tipped at 6, tips at 7 o'clock, including number 1 seed Deer Lakes taking on Stowe Rocks, Washington and Elwood City, and Neshannock and Mount Pleasant. Those are all the other games in the 3A bracket. And again, we will keep you as updated as we possibly can on our Newcastle Transit out-of-town scoreboard. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll hear from the coaches first. It'll be Mike O'Lear from Mohawk, and then it'll be Coach Mike Fatigante from
For more than 120 years, people have relied on Martindale Hubbell's preeminent rating to select their attorneys. If you've been involved in an automobile accident, you should do the same. At LGKG, we have been preeminently rated for over 40 years.
Tired of gasoline costs? Why drive? Let the Newcastle Transit Authority take you where you want to go. Serving the city of Newcastle and stops throughout Lawrence County, as well as weekday service to Pittsburgh. Public transportation just makes sense. Why drive when you can relax and ride? For more information or for route schedules, log on to newcastletransit.org. The Newcastle Transit Authority, going your way. And remember, senior citizens ride free.
After being sidelined with a shoulder injury, 2 minutes in the box isn't so bad. Now get back out there. With AHN Sports Medicine, you're ready for what's next. Your body's rehabbed and recovered. Your legs primed to outskate your defender. Your technical skills perfected. And just like that, you're back. Oh yeah, you're back. Go next level with AHN Sports Medicine.
Down there, right? Okay. You need more? You good?
On the pregame show here with Mohawk head coach Mike O'Lear. Coach, congratulations on getting to the WPIAL tournament again, and McGuffey here tonight.
Yes, thank you.
How do you feel about this matchup? Obviously, you guys are one of the favorites. You're one of the top 2 seeds. Get a game on your home floor for the last time this season, at least in districts. Maybe states, we'll see. But how do you feel about this matchup tonight?
No, I'm confident in our guys. We had a good week. Sometimes you have 7, 8, 9 days there. I don't know the exact number, but it can be an eternity. But I thought we had a good week. We had a good scrimmage. We played pretty well. I think we're prepared. And, again, it's a bonus to be here tonight.
Your starting 5, a lot of your team last year went through it. They won the first game, obviously ran into Yock, and, things kind of didn't go your way at the end. How much is that sort of fueling this team, this very senior-heavy team?
We're not talking. Well, all we're talked about right now is winning the first quarter. You know what I mean? We're talking overall. We need 12 quarters, to win to get to the Pete. We're looking at just tonight, quarter one, and that's it. We haven't spoke about anything beyond the first quarter of what we're trying to do tonight.
And how important is it to have a game on the home floor, especially for your guys? You don't know what's going to happen, obviously, with the state tournament. You may be on the road. We'll see what happens down the line. But how important is it for your guys to get one more game here at home?
Yeah, and it's a reward for the grind of the section that we're in. So in order to to win the section and be a 2 seed to get the home game tonight is great for our kids. Another chance to play at home. We've got great fans. I'm sure the gym will be packed tonight for them.
What did you see from this McGuffey team when you watched them? Obviously, there's some size. These guys have a couple of players, Cunningham and Wallace, that can score. What do you think about them when you watch them?
Yeah, Wallace is a big interior presence there. He's 6'5", lives in the paint. And then they got number 11, Cunningham, that is a three-point threat. He's big, 6'5", 6'6". He hangs on the perimeter quite a bit, but he can get you on the inside. So I don't know if we got a guy over 6 foot. So we're going to have to get the game going up and down, to limit touches, pressure the ball on the perimeter. If we don't do those things, we can keep the ball out of the inside.
How do you feel about you guys coming into the playoffs? I mean, you look Shannick in the playoffs, Elwood sitting in the playoffs. I mean, you guys went through a really tough section and won it to get to this point. That has to feel in itself kind of like a reward to be one of the top 2 seeds in.
Yeah, and I think, our overall record isn't the greatest. The non-league games we played early to get us ready for today hopefully show, because we played teams that were bigger, not only in classification but just size in general. So we played some teams with some good posts, some good guards, where we struggled to figure out our identity defensively, and then going through the season with an Elwood, with an Shannick, like you said, a Beaver Falls, all good teams that present different matchups for us. So just got to stick to what we do.
Last thing I'll ask you, give us a couple keys for your team tonight. What do you have to do? What do your guys have to do to be successful here tonight?
We got to play fast. We got to pressure the ball defensively. We got to turn them over. We got to rebound, and then we got to push it in transition. And if we can do those things, I think we'll be successful.
All right, Coach. Good luck tonight. Thank you.
Castle Asphalt and Construction is driven to provide quality, cost-efficient pavement-related services to Western Pennsylvania. Every paving or construction service at Castle Asphalt begins with a thorough site inspection of the area to allow their team of professionals to become familiar with the unique conditions of your home or business. Once the site inspection is complete, Castle Asphalt provides you with a detailed plan of the design, cost, materials, and time of completion, so you know exactly what to expect during your construction. Visit castleasphalt.com to request a quote for your next project and make your dream design come to fruition.
You can shop for pretty much anything online. Clothes, food, vacations, you name it. All without ever leaving the comfort of your couch. Finally, banking can be just that easy too. With the all-new FMB eStore, you can shop for hundreds of financial products to manage your money, all from the comfort of your couch. From clicks to bricks, we've got you covered. Experience the FMB eStore in branch, on your phone, or online at fmb-online.com.
Nominations are now being accepted for the LCAP Team of the Month and the LGKG Male and Female Athlete of the Month. Log on to lcsportsnet.com/awards to nominate your favorite team or athlete today.
Cold winds blowing, temperatures dropping, and snow is beginning to fall. And then your furnace goes out. LCAP's LIHEAP Crisis Program is here to help. If your furnace is blowing cold air, not turning on, or not reaching the desired temperature, help is right around the corner, whether it needs fixed or replaced. For information, call the Department of Healthy Homes at 724-656-0090. LCAP's Healthy Home programs are the key to safer living.
Back on the pregame show with McGuffey head coach Fatigente. Coach, congratulations on getting here. This is a interesting task for you guys here tonight to come on the road and in front of a pretty hostile crowd.
Yeah, we're excited about it. We had a up and down year this year, but anytime you qualify for the playoffs, that's an accomplishment. We 3 years ago we played these guys at our place in a preliminary round, and I forget the score, but we beat them. But at the time, they were playing like 3 or 4 freshmen. And I remember leaving that game thinking these guys are going to be really good in a couple years. And sure enough, 3 years later, here they are. All those guys that were playing as freshmen are now seniors. So they're a very talented team. We're up against a tall task, but I think we're up for the challenge.
Everybody looks at Bobby Fadden. They see the numbers and the way he plays and kind of puts his team on his back. Do you kind of feel like you got to stop some of the other guys, though? And, I mean, if he gets his, he gets his, but it seems like the other pieces are what sort of fuels his team sometimes.
Yeah, so he's a heck of a player. Rona's a heck of a player, too. I mean, he's been a scorer since he was a freshman. So both of those guys, we definitely want to keep them in check. But what makes these guys really tough is they have 5 guys out there that could score 20 points on any given night. So we definitely will have to keep their stars in check, but we have to also be aware of the other guys, the supporting cast, because they're very talented as well.
How important is it for your program to be in the position that it's in right now, to get a chance to play in the WPIAL tournament, have a chance to go to the Peterson Center? What it meant for your players, especially some of your senior players, to again have this opportunity?
Yeah, so we've come a long way over the last 10 years, and we're in a position now as a program where we're consistently make it in the playoffs. Now we just gotta pull off an upset one of these times and see if we can advance a little bit. We have a great opportunity tonight against a really good team, but we're giving our best shot and see what happens.
Give me a key to your team. What does some of your guys have to do to be successful here tonight?
So we. All season long, we've been very inconsistent. So when we're at our best, we're pretty darn good. So we need to make sure we're at our best tonight, and we got to make shots.
Coach, good luck tonight. Thanks for the time.
Thank you.
And there are the 2 head coaches. You heard first from Mike O'Lear from Mohawk, and that was Mike Fatigante from McGuffey High School. Let's take a look at tonight's starting lineups, brought to you by Doran Concrete, laying the foundation for your team. Don't let just anybody lay the foundation for your home or business. Visit doranconcrete.com for your free estimate today. For the visiting McGuffey Highlanders, 14-8, 5-7 in their section. They have been up and down all season long. 54.5 points a game. They yield 45 a game. They will start Connor Crow, averaging 4 points a game. Trey McGowan, Aiden Cunningham, and Grayson Wallace are your 2 big scorers in this team. Cunningham 17 points a game and 7 rebounds a game, and Wallace at 18.6 and 6 rebounds a game. And Chris Ely rounds out the starting 5. Pretty consistent player, 5 points a game and averaging just under 5 rebounds per game as well. For the Warriors, 20-5 a season ago. We mentioned what happened to them in the WPIAL tournament last season. This year, 15-7, but 11-2 in your section champions. You know the names, the same starting 5 they have gone with all season long. Bobby Fadden, who has been incredible this year, one of the leading scorers in the entire WPIAL at 22 points a game. Jay Rona leading the team with second on the team with 33 steals and in scoring average. JJ Nail has been his consistent self, leading rebounder on this Warriors team. And then you got the Hopper twins, Mason Hopper and Keegan Hopper, rounding out the starting 5. This starting 5 for Mohawk this season has logged almost 3,000 minutes on the floor. They're not a very deep team, and between Fadden and Rona, it's almost 1,300 between those two. 2 minutes away from 1,300, as a matter of fact. But the starting 5 that they put out there is as good as you're going to get in Lawrence County, and that's why this team has a shot to go pretty far in this tournament.
They've had a great year, and now it's a new season. So let's see how they react here in front of this home crowd here tonight. But yeah, they're a fun bunch to, and when they're shooting well, I mean, this is a great bunch to watch for sure. And this student section revved up the red out here at Mohawk High School, and we're tucked away in the corner tonight. So we will do our best to see what you can. At least the game's on camera, so that's a good thing. So you have the screen in front of you.
In fact, 14-8 McGuffey, no WPIAL titles of the basketball sense for this McGuffey team. The 3A tournament, Deer Lakes, your defending champ. Olsh was the runner-up a season ago. They are back, but it is, and Deer Lakes obviously the number 1 seed, but the 2 seed is the one that we're going to see here tonight with Mohawk.
And we mentioned before the tournament started too, 3A's, flip a coin. Six teams could probably win this thing in 3A. It's wide open.
What are some of the keys to the game for you. Today's Keys of the Game brought to you by Works in Progress Paint Services. Call Joe Wright 724-714-4294.
I said earlier, Mohawk's going to get off to a quick start, get this crowd involved if they can. And for McGuffey, you're going to have to try to stop Bruner from penetrating it because he runs this offense so well. If you can get him off his game somehow, that'll be a big key. And there's a good defensive stand.
Nice save inbounds, too, by Grayson Wallace. And we got our first turnover of the night. McGuffey is in the navy and gold, very sharp-looking uniforms. Mohawk, of course, in the white with the red and black trim. Rona taps that one, but Crow keeps it alive. Little penetration inside, gets it right back, kicks it out. Now they rotate the ball around. Good ball movement here early on as we get a turnaround jumper off the mark and nail the rebound. That was Grayson Wallace with the first shot attempt of the night for the Highlanders. Here comes Rona the other way. Hopper out to his twin, and that's in and out. And there's the key possibly for this game is going to be the rebounding side. McGuffey doesn't have the height necessarily. Wallace is a little bit taller than most out there, but they got the girth as far as rebounding goes. And there's another miss, and Fadden pulls that one in.
Yeah, Chris Healy's that girth. Well, he's getting some D3 looks for football. You can see why.
Rona deep three off the mark. Hopper the rebound. Keegan off balance, off the window, and in. And we got our first points of the night.
Good job, Hopper. Offensive rebound. Got away with maybe a little bit of a push off there, but good job by him to get that board.
Little full court by the Warriors. Packed house here again tonight at Mohawk High School. Student section almost all the way to the top. Crow kicks it out. Corner. That's a three-pointer in and out. And that goes out of bounds and over to Mohawk with 6:20 to go in the opening quarter.
Yeah, good box out there by Keegan Hopper. Yeah, Hopper part of the golf team also.
McGuffey in the news a couple weeks ago. Their head football coach, Ed Dalton, who a lot of these guys play for, resigned. They just recently hired a new coach. They've had a lot of success on that side as Fadden's first attempt is no good. Got his own rebound and sticks it back in. And it's 4-0 Mohawk.
Yeah, good heads-up play there by Fadden. Ball came right down to him. So it's 1-2-2 full court press now.
Cunningham with it. Hands it off. Move it around. Crow's going to touch the ball just about every time up the floor for the Highlanders. He was the quarterback on the football team as well.
Yeah, passed for 700, ran for 600.
Nice turnaround by Wallace, and McGuffey's got its first two of the night. Quickly the other way, Fadden open three, knocks it down.
See why he's averaging 22 a game. And Chloe just got the MVP play of the game on Saturday.
Fadden was unstoppable against Neshannock as there's a turnover, first of the night for the Highlanders, and Fadden can't hang on to that one.
I got you just in case, okay?
Right into the corner in front of us. Trey McGowan to inbound for McGuffey. Again, there's the full court. Keegan Hopper in the backcourt and Crow. Over on that sideline, they flip it over, and there's Mason with the turnover and off the window, and Mohawk's got a 7-point advantage.
Yeah, might get a timeout here pretty quick. That pressure giving some problems here for the Highlanders.
Healy in the corner inside Wallace. And he's got two at the line with 4:49 to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, he was an honorable mention in the section this year. 18 points a game as Wallace. He said he's got the size. 6'4" guard.
Foul was on Mason Hopper, his first.
Plus showing a full beard.
That one front ends, and it's no good. Seven-point lead early here for Mohawk. You heard Mike O'Lear say that they need to start fast as Wallace makes the second.
Got a sellout crowd here, but a quiet sellout crowd.
It is. Not quite what it was for Neshannock as Rona's three-pointer is off the mark.
Good box out.
Good box out by Ely. Hands it off to Crow. Comes the other way. McGuffey down by 6. these are two of the most spread out WPIAL teams. McGuffey's all the way past Washington, so they are way west in the conference.
About an hour and 15-minute drive.
As McGowan has to race over to the sideline to pick that back up, lost it again. Look at the pressure there by Mason.
Yeah.
And a great call on that far side. Just tenacious defense by Hopper. Third turnover for McGuffey.
Yeah, a little bit of retaliation there by McGowan because he was getting pushed a little bit on there, and McGowan sure didn't like it, threw that elbow. Yeah, that's a little, can't do that, unfortunately. Understand why, but referee's letting him play early.
4 minutes to go in the opening quarter. 6-point lead for Mohawk. Rona, Keegan Hopper, now Fadden, another three-point attempt for Bobby, and he knocks that one down as well.
Can't let him open.
He is shooting 33% from three-point territory before tip tonight. That is insane for a sophomore. Good spin move by Wallace, and then a lot of contact on the rebound as Fadden hits the deck. They're going to get a travel on Fadden, so it's going to stay on that side of the floor with 3:41 to go.
And that was Fadden's 40th three of the year, too.
151st made by this Mohawk team as Nail goes up for the rebound. He is going to be an important factor tonight. Fadden again loads it up, and that one's off the mark. Keegan Hopper the rebound. Out to Rona. Rona finds Nail, kick out. Fadden, nice cut to the bucket, adjust in midair, lost control of it, and Wallace pulls it in. Fadden might have gotten nicked on the arm there slightly. Good no call though. 9-point lead for Mohawk, 3:10 to go opening quarter. Cunningham's been quiet early on. Crows touched it, as we said, every time down the floor. Nice backdoor by Cunningham, and one. Second team foul on Mohawk.
Looks like Joey Nail's going to get that first foul. But he said great cut, the backdoor cut, wide open. Battled through contact, get to the line. Cunningham, he averages 17 a game, mentions 6'5".
Foul was on Nail.
Actually, they're going to change it now.
Yeah, they adjusted that to Keegan Hopper. I didn't think Joey Nail.
I didn't think it was in the game
either.
Yeah.
They had him up on the board.
Yeah.
They do it here, and it throws you off because they actually show you who is shooting at the free throw line on the board as well, and whether or not they knock the point down. So there's a little bit of confusion there with the scoreboard, but the foul was on Keegan Hopper. J.J. Nail has it. Fadden, 2 threes already. Keegan Hopper. Rona, they need to get him going, and he knocks down his first three of the night.
You get Rona and Fadden going at the same time from outside, it's trouble for the other team.
Cunningham the other way, contact again, and he traveled, and that's the fourth turnover on McGuffey in the early going.
I was going to say he either might have got bailed out, but the travel came out there. Not a good shot there taken by McGuffey. We're going to get a quick timeout.
Yep, Dante retort into the game as well. That timeout brought to you by Pontius Insurance. Make sure you take the time out to save money on your insurance. Call Agent Dan Pontius, Jessica Dix, or Tracy Giddings to get started today. A 30-second timeout called by McGuffey. And, interesting thing about this McGuffey team, there's not a lot out there about it. And it makes it hard when they're in such a western part of the conference.
Yes.
Not a lot of coverage in the papers and all that. But one of the things that was interesting was, and she is seated right here at the bench near us, Alexandra Houck, the team trainer for the football program. The football program got together this season and all shaved their heads in support of Houck because she was diagnosed with breast cancer. It's good to see that she's sitting at the end of the bench here tonight and supporting the basketball team. They all have shirts on, pink shooting shirts on, with pink ribbons on them that say "Fight On." So
yeah, they didn't tell her she was going to do it either. She walked into the practice and it's like, "What's going?" So I mean, that's a great thing. It's a great thing.
Connor Crow was one of them. I'm going to say Cameron Crow at some point tonight. I know I am. So just to make sure that you know it's Connor Crow. As Rona, they try to feed back door to Fadden, steps out, gets it in the corner. 2:16 to go in the opening quarter. Rona, Fadden, Bobby back out to Jay. Now they work it around. It's Mason Hopper. Goes to his left, kicks it out. Fadden, open three on the way. Knocks it down again. Bobby Fadden showing no signs of the little vacation for this team. He has picked up right where he left off on this floor a little over a week ago.
And that's what that penetration does to the zone. They're able to kick it back out, Fadden wide open.
McGowan tipped, and Mason Hopper runs it down. Nice feed to Retort, who lays it up and in.
There's an early mention for a play of the game right there. What a pass.
20-6 Mohawk. Running away with it with 90 seconds to go in the opening quarter. They try to go backdoor again, and another turnover forced by this Mohawk defense, and that ball booted literally out into the crowd.
Extra point, no good.
Yeah, as we are going to get Logan Carlisle into the game. He is wearing number 30 tonight, usually wears number 4.
He's part of the football and baseball team is Logan.
A lot of 3-4 sport athletes on this McGuffey team, as is the case with Mohawk.
And Rona, 4-sport athlete.
Jay backs it out with 1:13 to go in the opening quarter. Now Fadden.
Coach O'Leary telling him to pull it out. One year we'll get the shot clock in PA.
It's definitely not going to be in 24.
Or 25. Or probably 26.
Hopper with it now with 50 seconds to go, and the Mohawk doing a good job to keep it alive as Rona. Nail, now Fadden, 43 seconds to go. They are just content with nuking as much time as they can before the end of the quarter.
Well, you have a 14-point lead. Why not? Now McGuffey's going to try to force the issue a little bit.
Down to 26 seconds to go in the quarter. Rona. Corner, Nail. Back to Rona. Now we're under 20 to go in the first. Mason Hopper with it. 14 seconds. Down to 12. Fadden with 10 on the clock. Fadden kicks it out. Jay, open three on the way. That was actually a deep 2. No good. Save made by Hopper. Out to Nail. JJ, a little floater as the time expires. And it's good. And Mohawk, 22-6. After one, in control of this first round WPIAL matchup. We'll take a timeout, come back with the second quarter. You're watching the WPIAL playoffs on the Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP.
When injuries get you sidelined, don't trust just anyone to get you back on the field. Visit Health in Motion Physical Therapy in Shenango Township. They want to get you back to the top of your game as quickly as possible with certified orthopedic and manual therapies. At Health in Motion, you receive quality one-on-one time with a board-certified physical therapist. Get the next generation of physical therapy to help in your recovery. Health in Motion is the first PT clinic in Western Pennsylvania to use the Nuvie, the neurobioelectric stimulator, in their therapies. Their technologies can reduce your time on the sideline from 3 or 4 weeks to just 3 or 4 days. Don't wait for months to see improvement. Notice a difference after your first visit to Health in Motion, keeping you moving.
In workers' compensation, my clients are oftentimes not receiving their wage loss. They're not receiving their medical expenses. LGKG, they come to us so that we can put them in a position to pay their bills. If we're keeping our promises, our clients are getting the justice they deserve.
Fast start for Mohawk through the first 8 minutes. They lead at 22-6. Eric Thomas, Lee Moe with you here at Mohawk High School as we start the second quarter, and McGuffey in possession. A couple of out-of-town scoreboard updates brought to you by the Newcastle Transit Authority. As they finally, McGuffey breaks the dry spell there with Wallace again. He has done most of the damage here tonight for them. 5-9 as Nail turns off the window, no, and that one's short and pulled in by Ely. After one, Neshannock a 10-6 lead over Mount Pleasant, and after 3, it is Shadyside Academy with a 22-point lead over Beaver Falls, as that three-pointer by McGowan is off the mark. Fadden the rebound.
Yeah, by the way, McGowan made that last 3. It wasn't Wallace.
Thank you.
Yeah, I saw you were looking down there.
Retort is actually the one that had the rebound that time.
Mm-hmm. What a play by Nail to end that first quarter, too.
Fadden shakes loose. Jumper on the way, no, and the rebound to Wallace.
Very important for McGuffey now to get back into this game, slow things up, take some good quality shots here.
Down hands it off to Crow with 6:47 to go in the half.
As long as you don't say Russell Crowe, we're good.
Wallace kicks it out. Very patient offense here from McGuffey despite the deficit. McGowan again. Now they get it to Wallace. Healy. Crow once again. Good ball movement. Cunningham deep three, and he knocks that one down.
Tough shot.
22-12, back to a 10-point lead. We played almost 2 minutes here in the second. Fadden out to Retort and Rona. It's Retort, Rona, JJ Nail, Fadden, and Mason Hopper from Mohawk. Same five for McGuffey that started the game. Deep three by Fadden in the corner once again.
Give Rona another assist. Boy, he knows where he is in the court. That's why Rona was a great quarterback, too.
Crow, baseline jumper on the way. That was Wallace, no good. Pinball around, Fadden comes away with it. Fadden slows it down, hands it off to Rona. Out to Retort, back to Jay. He was open for a second.
We love watching him run this offense.
Fadden camping out all alone in the corner, nobody even recognizing it. They get it to him now with 5:15 to go. Jay for three, the far side, and he knocks that down. It is good to see Jay Rona shooting the ball well. He did not have a good night against Neshannock in the finale to the regular season, but he has come out here with 2 threes in this first half. McGowan the other way, and McGuffey with the response.
McGowan his second three of the quarter.
Rona hands it off, Fadden, little head fake. Nice feed underneath the retort, but it's knocked away by McGowan. As Keegan Hopper will come back in. We're actually going to get a timeout, a 30 called by Mike O'Leary. That timeout again brought to you by Pontius Insurance. Visit pontiusinsurance.com to request a quote for auto, home, business, or life insurance.
And at halftime, we'll have the LGKG halftime show. Your insurance company's not always on your side. The law offices of Luxembourg, Garbett, Kelly, and George are. Visit them online at lgkg.com for a free consultation.
We do have a final in the Mohawk side of the bracket. Out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by Newcastle Transit Authority. Wide drive when you can relax and ride. Daily routes to Pittsburgh as well as routes all around Lawrence County. Visit newcastletransit.org for more information and route schedules. And remember, senior citizens ride for free. There is a look at the bracket. Shady Side, the first team through out of the first round as they defeat Beaver Falls tonight 79-62. And that was a cruise control win for Shady Side. It was close in the first half. They just blow the doors off Beaver Falls. So the 3-seed advances. Look at the winner of Seton LaSalle and Burrell. That game tipped at 6. We'll try to get an update on that. Everything else tipped at 7 except for the Olsh and Derry game. That should be nearing its conclusion as well. As Hopper runs right by Fadden, gets it from him with 4:38 to go in the half. Mason Hopper, penetration, off the window, no. And the rebound, Wallace.
The Shady Side boys joining the Shady Side girls.
Beaver Falls not quite able to replicate the football success this year.
And the girls are trying to do it right now.
And they are. That is a tough bracket on the girls' side. Deep three for Cunningham. No. Look at Ely in there for the rebound.
Somehow he knifed his way through to come up with that board. Nobody boxing him out. McGuffey sticking around.
Three the other way. That was Hopper in and out. You are right. It is a quiet sellout here tonight. As Ely's three-pointer is good.
That's going to keep him more quiet.
Yes, it is. Look at Ely. 5 quick
on the
points.
Outside, yeah.
8-point lead. All of a sudden, Mohawk's got a little pressure on it here as McGuffey continues to chip away. That is thrown out towards Mason Hopper. Now Fadden and Rona. Jay makes a move. Swings around 2 defenders. Leaves it off the front of the rim. Hopper tips it out. Fadden's right there for the pickup. Mason Hopper contested 3. No. Into the corner. Keegan the rebound. So far, Mohawk is doing a great job, at least on this end on the boards.
Yeah, Keegan Hopper getting it done, and now they're going to spread the floor a little bit. Yeah, Coach Gante yelling that they get those rebounds.
Keegan Hopper for 3. No. Off the top of the backboard and out of play.
So McGuffey catches a break. Mohawk had 4 chances there. Could not come up with a basket. Jacob Ely checking back in. Jacob Ely, part of the golf team for McGuffey.
Washington leads Elwood City mid-second, 20-11.
Ooh, mid-second?
What? Shannock is up 18-12. Those are on the Deer Lake side. There's another turnover. Here's Justin Boston racing all the way and scoring.
Yeah, Joe Rothney about, I think, 33 for 2,000.
He might get it. Elwood City might need every point of it, too, as Fadden comes away with a rebound. Fadden tried to feed Rona, turns around, fadeaway is good. Bobby Fadden. And Mike Fatigante has seen enough, and he has to call a timeout. This got down to 8. It's a 30-second timeout. Brought to you by Pontius Insurance. Get the best rate in customer service by calling a local agent at Pontius Insurance or visit them online at pontiusinsurance.com.
Fadden is unconscious right now. What a job by him. Looked like he was going to drive, then the turnaround shot from fadeaway in the lane from about 12 feet. Putting it up and in, and that gets the crowd involved now. Yeah, Coach got it. Fatigante, excuse me, the 2004 graduate from Avonworth, played basketball and baseball there. He's a health and phys ed teacher at McGuffey. The 2008 grad from Mount Union, and before 2014, McGuffey is only in the playoffs twice in school history.
Yeah, you told me that the other day, and I went back and looked at the WPIAL site. Great job with the history and all the past. You know, sometimes it's also tough to tell who these schools used to be unless you really dive deep into it, because so many of them have merged, changed, the counties and with different names and all that for some of these schools. Like Mohawk used to be Bessemer, and they regard that as part of their history. But no basketball history to speak of for this McGuffey program.
And Coach making some history right now.
They try to cut this back down into single digits with 2:04 to go in the half. Crow out to Wallace, and it's swiped again. 8th turnover for the Highlanders. Up ahead, nailed, contact, and
out of bounds.
What do we got? It's out of bounds and tip. Ryan Keith back defensively for McGuffey that time. Keith, a 4-sport athlete at McGuffey, going to Seton Hill for football.
Pretty good school there.
Trying to get right in the PSAC as Fadden fires another 3. That's off the mark. And Wallace collects another rebound. Keith going to Seton Hill. Rono, of course, is going to go to Youngstown State. Nice pitch underneath by Wallace. And the return is Boston's going to swipe it again, and they're going to say double dribbled. Not quite sure. Mike O'Leary doesn't agree with that.
I didn't see it.
I don't think I do either.
You're talking about Ryan Keith, who's also finished 6th in the high jump in the WPIAL last year.
It's good to see all these athletes from these schools that play multiple sports, because for so long it became a secular thing. You concentrated on basketball. Maybe you did football, maybe wrestling. You don't see the football and golf at the same time, and then baseball and basketball and all these other sports really anymore. And it's smaller schools.
Yeah,
so
smaller schools, yeah.
Understandable that you get that at the smaller schools, but it is good that these student athletes are concentrated on a lot of sports and not just trying to stick to one thinking that they're going to make it at just that. Rona could make it at any of the 4 he plays. He could go to Youngstown State tomorrow and be the starting quarterback, I'm convinced anyway.
He was pretty good. Now, golf, on the other hand, I don't think, but he was a pretty good golfer, though.
You know what? He's better than you and me. I know that.
He made states last year. Didn't make them this year.
struggling to finally break 80 after 27 years. This kid's firing 80s at Oakmont. Meanwhile, I'm waving at Oakmont going to dinner the other night, dreaming about playing there one day.
Yeah, Jay Rona can pretty much do anything he wants to do. Just needs to grow that mullet back, that's all.
Keith off the inbound with 35 seconds left. Still a 12-point lead for Mohawk. There's another pick, this time by J.J. Nail. Feeds Rona. That's the 10th turnover for McGuffey in the first half.
They'll hold for the last shot.
And they will take the air out of the ball here for the final 30 seconds. Try to close this half with another bucket like they did to end the first. Got down to 8 in this quarter. And then Mohawk a couple of big buckets down to 4 seconds. Boston corner 3 on the way, and he knocks it down as time expires. They beat the buzzer again, and it's a 15-point Mohawk lead at recess. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back with our halftime show brought to you by LGKG. We'll give you the stats and a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. You're watching the WPIAL 3A Boys Basketball Tournament on the Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP.
In workers' compensation, my clients are oftentimes not receiving their wage loss. They're not receiving their medical expenses. LGKG, they come to us so that we can put them in a position to pay their bills. If we're keeping our promises, our clients are getting the justice they deserve.
Don't get left out to dry. Call the Penn Ohio Bottled Water Company for the fastest and most efficient bottled water delivery service in the area. Penn Ohio offers bottled water ranging from 16.9-ounce bottles to 5-gallon jugs, perfect for your next event or office water cooler system. Also, don't forget to ask about their custom labeling options. Visit PennOhioBottledWater.com for more information and to get a quote on their delivery services. Whether it's at home, in the office, or on the sidelines, Penn Ohio has you covered.
Does your blueprint not match the vision of your building project? Not with Creative Edge Architecture. From concept to creation, Jeff Measle will help tackle the complex problems, creating design solutions and construction experience. Creative Edge gives you the edge design and construction meet.
I'm Kevin Sapp. I'm president of the Mohawk Education Association. We are one of the sponsors for the Lawrence County SportsNet. We would like to take a moment to wish all of Lawrence County student athletes health and safety as they compete. In particular, we would like to wish luck to all of Mohawk student athletes as they represent our school with pride.
I think the key to any attorney-client relationship is trust. My father told me a long time ago, the definition of personal integrity is really simple. Do what you say you're going to do. At LGKG, we've been doing that for over 80 years.
When it comes to protecting those you love, the businesses you've built, or the things you've earned, you need someone you can trust. Who better to protect your interests than a local insurance agent? Pontius Insurance is a team of local agents helping local residents in Lawrence County and surrounding areas, specializing in auto, home, business, and life insurance. Come see Dan Pontius, Jessica Dix, and Tracy Giddings, and the rest of the team at Pontius Insurance, and receive the personalized service you deserve. Works in Progress Painting wishes a successful and satisfying season to all Lawrence County sports teams and athletes. Work hard and bring honor to your team and how you play. Joe Wright and his family have been providing painting, window cleaning, and other property services for homeowners and businesses in the Lawrence County area for over 10 years. Their goal on every project is to provide a meaningful service that honors their customer, God, and their family, and to have fun while doing it. Works in Progress is now booking interior painting and related projects for the winter season. Call Joe today, 724-714-4294, to discuss your next project.
When the high school season heats up, make sure you have the best gear to support your school. Head to the Red Zone on Wilmington Road in the Shannon for all your county sporting apparel needs. From sporting goods to custom apparel to embroidery and more. The Red Zone has it all. Quality gear for all 8 schools in the County of Champions. Stop by and enter the Red Zone or visit them online at theredzonesports.com. Score big at the Red Zone.
Right now, someone very special needs your help. This is Jack Lynn, CEO of City Rescue Mission. No one is beyond God's love and care. One person's life can affect another. Though you may never meet this person, you can make a difference in his or her life. Hurting men and women in our community desperately need food, shelter, and physical and spiritual care. Some are struggling with abuse and addiction. They feel alone, unloved, and forgotten. Individual, caring people provide their hope. You can help change the lives of men, women, and children. Visit cityrescuemission.org and help us today.
When it comes to shopping for insurance, there are thousands of options out there. MVP Insurance proactively shops and compares your policies to find the best coverage and rate. Josh Mathur and David Verratti want to provide you with a level of personalized service that you know that you are the MVP of their agency. They simplify insurance so you can live stress-free. Visit one of the locations in Zingley Opal or in New Springfield, Ohio. Call MVP for the win. Proud sponsor of the MVP of the game on the Lawrence County SportsNet.
Looking for a unique way to expand your business? Advertise on the Lawrence County SportsNet and be seen by thousands of viewers in the area and around the country on over 100 broadcasts each year. Visit lcsportsnet.com and click Advertise with LCSN.
LGKG halftime show. Your insurance company not always on your side, but the law offices of Luxembourg, Garbutt, Kelly, and George are. Visit them online at lgkg.com for a free consultation. Halftime here at Mohawk. It's a 15-point lead for the number 2 seed in the WPIAL Boys 3A Basketball Championship Tournament as Mohawk is ahead of McGuffey. Good first half for Bobby Fadden as we take a look at your scoring recap. And the scoring recap in the first half is brought to you by Gem Builders Incorporated, master builders and craftsmen, family-owned and operated general contractors for 4 generations. Their extensive construction experience, design capabilities, and creative process allow them to help any project meet any challenge. Building the community for over 70 years. Visit gembuilders.com for more information. Scoring looks like this in the first half. Fadden with 16 for Mohawk. He leads everybody. 6 for Jay Rona, 5 for Justin Boston, 2 apiece for Dante Retort, Mason Hopper, and Keegan Hopper. And on the other side for McGuffey, they were led in the first half by Trey McGowan and Aiden Cunningham, who had 6 apiece, 5 for Chris Ely, 3 for Grayson Wallace. Connor Crow did not score. Ryan Keith played, did not score. Logan Carlisle played but did not score. Out-of-town scoreboard update brought to you by the Newcastle Transit Authority. Gas prices continue to rise. Save money on gas and let the Newcastle Transit Authority take you where you want to go, serving Newcastle and stops throughout Lawrence County. Newcastle Transit Authority going your way. Well,
get the jerk game out.
We already have one quarterfinal set up for Thursday night. Shadyside, the number 3 seed, defeated Beaver Falls 79-62. They will take on the 11 seed Burrell, who knocked off 6 seed Seton LaSalle 55-50. Those games both tipped at 6 o'clock. Elsewhere on the other side of the bracket, Ulsh and Derry, and it's the 12 seed Derry who wins it by a bucket, by a point, 54-53. So last year's runner-up is gone, and they are not going to the state tournament this season either, which is considering what Ulsh has done the last couple of seasons, that is mind-boggling that team is not going to be in the state tournament.
Yeah, Coach Rodriguez is going to be flabbergasted right now. But congratulations to Derry. I mean, they came out and they fought hard, and they pulled off the upset.
Halftime score for Neshannock and Mount Pleasant. That is the Lancers up 25-13, so they're looking good right now. My partner's trying to track down some other scores here, too. You got Yock and South Park. They tip at 8. Washington, Elwood City going on now. And Deer Lakes and Stowe Rocks is going on now as well. And we'll try to get you all those updates as we possibly can throughout the night. They're going to be coming in here and there as got all kinds of ways we can try to track these things down. But anyway, we'll try to get you as complete of a scoreboard as we can.
Hey, can I get your expertise on Troy, the number 1 ranked team in the state for 3A out of District 4? Because you're from that area, so.
Well, Troy is actually up near the New York border.
Yeah.
So that's like way north central Pennsylvania. That's above
22-0.
That's above Williamsport. Really, it really is right up near the New York border.
Have not heard from them in
right up through
ages.
Central, right up through Central PA, and that tells you 3A is. We said it's as wide open as possible here. It's even more wide open.
Yeah, Bishop Guilfoyle, she's been usually 2A. They're 3A. They're ranked number 2. The Shamrocks, ranked number 3. Yeah, Trinity. Taylor Riverside, number 4 out of District 2, and then Loyalsock Township. So no District 12 teams anywhere there.
That Loyalsock team has been good for the last
they
5
have.
or 6 years.
They've just been getting.
That's been a pretty good program in the Williamsport area. In fact, they no surprise they played for a state title a couple years ago and won it. I think it was 2019 when they did.
And we have an update. Elwood City up in Washington, 29-15. So
good.
At halftime.
There is a look at the 3A bracket. So again, we already have the one quarterfinal set for Thursday night. Shadyside and Burl, and of course these games all go to neutral sites for the rest of the tournament until we get to the Pete, which is not yet set in stone, the date and time for the 3A championship. Got to say before the third quarter starts, a big hello to all the fans down at the Cypress, Texas VFW watching this game tonight. Mohawk up by 15. We hope that you guys are all enjoying
How about that shout out?
Our broadcast down in the Lone Star State, and hope you're enjoying the Mohawk 15-point lead. We'll see if the Warriors can hang on here. Probably the last time that they're going to play here this season. The state tournament, if they were to win the WPIAL, they could possibly get a state playoff game here, but likely this is going to be the final game for the senior class. They're trying to close out the next 16 minutes.
Yeah, so far so good for them. He said that first round of the state tournament, usually a home game. Like that change of rules that they put in a few years ago, but Mohawk going to get the ball back to start this second half also with that 15-point lead.
Fadden, who had the hot hand in the first half. They work it around. That one's tipped, almost went in. Count that as a shot, and the rebound with McGuffey coming the other way. They had it down to 8. There's a turnover forced by Rona. Jay the other way, nice dish to Nail, laid it up, no, got his own rebound and put it in. J.J. Nail having a strong night on the floor in the paint. He hasn't done a lot of scoring, but he is really getting some work cut out for him. There's another great defensive play by Mason Hopper up on the baseline, going to force another turnover. The 12th for McGuffey.
Missed the basket, sir, from Mohawk. Who was that?
And that was J.J. Nail on the
Thank
putback with 40 seconds gone here in the third quarter. Rona attacking the basket, trying to hand it off, turned it over.
His first bad decision of the night.
Just the 4th Mohawk turnover in this game. Out to Cunningham, open for 3, in and out, and the rebound to Keegan Hopper.
Well, he's got a good-looking shot. Just couldn't get that one to fall.
Rona racing the other way, out to Fadden, open 3, and Bobby Fadden hits it again.
Number 5, 3 of the night.
19 for Fadden, and it's a 20-point Mohawk lead. There is Crow attacking the rim. No, Ely the rebound, loses it. Fadden diving to the floor, comes away with it.
Gonna get a travel? Nope, get a foul. A loose ball foul.
Fadden and Ely exchange some pleasantries after the whistle.
It's gonna go on McGuffey though. So Chris Ely a little bit too aggressive during that football scrum. Going down for the fumble.
First foul on Ely and also the first on McGuffey here in the second half. And the winner here tonight will play either Yock or South Park. Neutral site Thursday night. Fadden open again, why wouldn't he?
Give me a break.
And the foul.
Want to hand out his shirt now? So let's call timeout. Just take the shirt there.
Foul looked like it was away from the ball, so the basket counts. Mike Fatigante wants an explanation. He got one.
He didn't like it, but he got it.
Going to send in Ryan Keith. That foul was on Ely once again.
Well, Ely was part of that scrum on the loose ball, and then a little bit too aggressive on that off the defensive board there. They're going for it anyways in the box
Fadden
out.
Catch and shoot, another one in and out. Well, he is. I mean, we've seen him feel it. He is feeling it tonight. foul called on Mohawk. That'll be on Jay Rona, his first.
Yeah, no foul trouble to speak of for either team.
Fadden sitting on 951 points before tonight. He is creeping close to 1,000 as just a sophomore.
Ball was knocked out of bounds, or Fadden stepped on the baseline.
Inbound, it goes to Wallace. Wallace tied up. Gets it out. McGowan open three, knocks it down. Back to a 20-point lead. Hopper finds Rona in the corner. Jay gets it back to Fadden. Now Rona, open three of his own on the way. Got it!
Rona for three.
9th three of the night here for Mohawk.
Third for Rona, he's got 9. And Fadden and Crow are just mixing it up. Fadden's in the middle of everything right now. Mike Fatigante wants a timeout. I don't blame him with 5:39 to go in the third. He is going to take a full timeout, brought to you by Pontius Insurance. PontiusInsurance.com to request a quote for auto, home, business, or life. Let's see, there's going to be a minute timeout. We'll take a break as well. You're watching the boys 3A tournament on the Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP.
Feels good to be off the sidelines, doesn't it? Oh yeah, it does. That extra effort with AHN Sports Medicine got you back here. With every specialty set, custom training day, and personalized drill, you bettered your body. Now line it up. They don't see this move coming. Told you. Go next level with AHN Sports Medicine.
You can shop for pretty much anything online. Clothes, food, vacations, you name it. All without ever leaving the comfort of your couch. Finally, banking can be just that easy too. With the all-new FMB eStore, you can shop for hundreds of financial products to manage your money, all from the comfort of your couch. From clicks to bricks, we've got you covered. Experience the FMB eStore in branch, on your phone, or online at fmb-online.com.
Back here at Mohawk High School, it's McGuffey ball with 5:36 to go in the third as Wallace gets it across half court. There's that swarming trap defense again by Mohawk as Crow to the bucket and the foul, his first points of the night. And Connor Crow's going to get a chance at a three-point play with 5:28 to go in the third.
Well, I think Deer Lakes is going to be moving on. They're up 38-12 at halftime over Stowe Rocks.
Going to be tough to beat that team.
Yeah.
In and out. Yeah, we can go ahead and Sharpie Deer Lakes right now.
Yeah, go ahead.
There's that turnover, the 6th by Mohawk tonight. Keith is back in the game for McGuffey. Cunningham, who's had a pretty steady hand from outside tonight. The size of McGuffey that's tapped out of bounds by Mohawk. The size of McGuffey has not been a factor here tonight.
No, not at all.
And J.J. Nails hung tough in there. The Hoppers have rebounded well, and they have not been intimidated. Again, it's not, outside of Cunningham, it's not a decisive height advantage, but size-wise,
right.
Wallace and Ely, that's a big difference. Talking about two linemen that are playing for this McGuffey team. Nice corner feed to Wallace, and he is bodying up, but he traveled. Again, good defense by Keegan Hopper.
Yeah, Keegan Hopper's been doing everything right now. Got one hoop, but he's been doing the little things in the defensive boards, offensive boards, and right there, good defense.
Fadden will walk it across half court, 4:35 to go in the third, 21-point lead from Mohawk. Trying to move on, as they did a season ago, win the first round, and get to a neutral site on Thursday as Rona kicks it out. Mason Hopper for three, in and out. Rebound controlled by Keegan. Rona, nice little shimmy. Jay, a floater, no, and the rebound Wallace. And how ironic might it be if Mohawk is to face Yak in the second round.
Yeah,
as Nail knocks that away, and then the rebound's going to be controlled by Mason Hopper. We get a foul on McGuffey.
And hopefully we'll be able to have that game here on LC SportsNet on Thursday. Do our best.
Grayson Wallace picks up the foul. That is the third on McGuffey here in the third. And you remember, and I know Mike O'Leary did not want to talk about it. I don't blame him. Saved by Mason Hopper into Nail. Wrap around to Rona. Open three on the way for Jay, and he got it again. He is shooting lights out tonight along with Fadden. All 4 of his field goals, 3-pointers. The other way, Nail with the defensive play as he blocks Keith from behind. 24-point lead for Mohawk. And Mike O'Leary, as Dante Retort returns for Mohawk, didn't want to talk about it. And it was kind of a dumb question by the interviewer anyway, but it has to, on some level, be sitting in the back of the mind of these players. They were a 20-win team a season ago. Didn't make the state tournament. It happens.
Yes.
Rona picks it off, but there's just, it seems to be a focus. This team and this core of guys that we have talked about and seen so many games from.
Well, you heard Coach Lear said all we're looking to is the first quarter.
Yep.
And you can tell right now that's all they were focused on.
Rona, another 3-pointer that rattles around the rim. Out of bounds, back to McGuffey with 3:09 to go. And maybe more so our job to think about that kind of stuff, but yeah. It's to me ironic that this core could have a shot to go through them one more time if the matchup works out that way.
Look, nice save there by Wallace.
That was. 3 minutes to go in the third. Out of the Fadden and Boston trap, another travel, 16th turnover for McGuffey tonight.
Boy, Coach not happy whatsoever. Of course, I couldn't tell because I was screened out by the McGuffey bench, but nonetheless, not going to get the call. So Mohawk with this 24-point lead.
Bobby Fadden with 2:50 to go in the third. And Tariq Crosby from Yak, the leading scorer in the WPIAL.
He had, 30 a game, I think it was?
Like Fatigante said before the game, he is 100% legit. Inside, nice feed to Retort, and he lays it in.
Rona's going to have 10 assists here tonight. Seeing the floor so well. Of course, they said he's the quarterback, so he sees a lot of things well.
2:17 to go. Good fade away by Cunningham. Tough shot, contested as Keith. And Nail, he lost the board and stepped on the end line.
Yeah, not a good shot there by Cunningham. Really forced that ball.
Ely is
a better
back.
shot than that.
And Ely is back, as is Carlisle for McGuffey. Boston, Fadden, Retort, Rona. And we got an offensive foul on McGuffey. And Nail the 5 for Mohawk right now. And that foul is on Wallace.
Yeah, Wallace with a push off there, a little bit too aggressive there. A little bit of frustration setting in right now for McGuffey.
Fadden to the corner and Rona. Rona skips it across to Boston. He's got a 3 tonight. Back to Jay. 1:50 to go in the third. 51-25 Mohawk. Jay feeds it now. Fadden has it. Rona underneath Nail. Good move on the baseline to position himself and score.
Again, Rona finding the open man. Nail was there. I was wondering if he's going to see him or not, but why'd I wonder that? Like you said, good job by J.J. Nail with the position and get in.
18-point lead for Mohawk and a foul on J.J. Nail.
Yeah, J.J. part of the football and baseball team. Turf is getting ready over the baseball field and the softball field for this year. Drove by there before we came in the gym and saw the bulldozers over there, the dirt piles. So they look like they said they're going to be ready by next month.
It's going to get here in a hurry.
Yeah.
Baseball in the state of Pennsylvania, you need turf if you ask me, especially in this part.
Oh, yeah.
That one loose, and Fadden comes away with it. Nice pitch up ahead to Retort, outrunning everybody, and he's fouled hard.
What a pass. Rona just looks up so quick, was able to hit him perfectly in stride, getting down the floor there. And Dante Retort, he'll get a line to shoot two. First free throws of the night for Mohawk. Chance to put this into a mercy roll.
Yep, Crow the foul. Retort hits the first.
Gets this one, we're going 30 points.
Clock would run the remaining time.
Thank you.
And Retort got the second. He's got 6 off the bench tonight. It's a 30-point lead for Mohawk as Wallace the other way, and he lays it in. Under a minute to go in the third.
No hold for the last shot. Coach O'Leary likes to do this. Last minute of the quarter or so, he'll hold, run the clock.
Down to 40 seconds to go. Now McGuffey tries to force the issue a little bit. Boston, Rona, 32 seconds to go in the half. Jay into the corner, Keegan Hopper, now Boston. Out to Fadden once again, 24 seconds to go in the quarter. 20 seconds. Jay, Keegan Hopper. Back to Rona, down to 15. 10 seconds to go in the third. 28-point lead for Mohawk. Rona down to 6. Up on the baseline, finds Boston, lets the three go, and he drains it at the buzzer again. The third buzzer-beating bucket to end a quarter tonight for Mohawk, and they go up by 31 through 3. They are on their way to the quarterfinals of the WPIAL tournament. This is the boys 3A basketball tournament on the Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP.
Nominations are now being accepted for the LCAP Team of the Month and the LGKG Male and Female Athlete of the Month. Log on to lcsportsnet.com/awards to nominate your favorite team or athlete today.
For more than 120 years, people have been relying upon Martindale-Hubbell's AV preeminent rating to select their attorneys. If you're involved in a workers' compensation situation, you should do the same. LGKG has been AV rated for over 40 years.
When you're looking for quality concrete services, contact the experienced professionals at Doran Concrete. Our company is family, locally owned and operated, and has been serving the community for over 30 years. Get residential or commercial concrete services for any size job. Our skilled professionals offer prompt and reliable services at an affordable price. We believe in the principles of honesty, integrity, and reliability. Get in touch with us for exceptional concrete services at prices that you can afford.
Tired of gasoline costs? Why drive? Let the Newcastle Transit Authority take you where you want to go. Serving the city of Newcastle and stops throughout Lawrence County, as well as weekday service to Pittsburgh. Public transportation just makes sense. Why drive when you can relax and ride? For more information or for route schedules, log on to newcastletransit.org. The Newcastle Transit Authority, going your way. And remember, senior citizens ride free.
Start of the fourth quarter here. It's a 31-point lead for Mohawk. Mercy rule game in the first round of the WPIAL Boys 3A tournament. The 2-seed Mohawk well on its way to booking a Thursday night quarterfinal appearance opposite either Yock or South Park. That game is even yet to tip. It is scheduled for 8 o'clock.
I'm sure they were tuning in.
About 7 minutes away from tip there as Rona gets the rebound. Jay sitting on 12 points, finds Hopper, and now it's back to Fadden. Now Keegan Hopper. Keegan hops step in the lane, gets it out. Now Rona. Jay's had a strong night tonight, and that's a good sign for Mohawk.
Yeah, right now it's when do you pull your starters?
Hopper inside has it poked away. And McGuffey comes away with it. Mohawk's 8th turnover of the night. McGuffey, by the way, with 16 turnovers. And another turnover as Wallace poked that one back away. So 2 turnovers in a row there. And Wallace connects on another field goal for McGuffey.
Good job by Wallace to hang in there, and then he got the turnover, but then he is able to get that hand in and get the back the turnover and get the ball.
Big quarters for Mohawk tonight. First quarter, 22 points. Third quarter, 23. They have held McGuffey to single digits in 2 of the 3 quarters as well. As Hopper has that poked away but keeps it alive. Fadden in the corner, open again, and he's hit another 3.
Did you say save it?
25 for
wow.
Fadden tonight, 61-29 Mohawk. There is Ely the other way, short. Rebound loose, Cunningham runs it down. He throws up a 3 and drains it.
Right. Nice looking shot there by Cunningham. He finished 7th in the high jump, 10th in the long jump, and 9th in the triple jump did Cunningham.
Keegan Hopper to the bucket, too strong on the rebound. Crow, but Fadden poked it away from him, took it right back. And now Jay Rona resets things. Jay, nice feed underneath to Nail, readjusts himself again and lays it in.
Second time we see J.J. Nail do that with another assist from Rona.
Mohawk just doing whatever it wants tonight. 31-point lead again as the layup missed by Crow. Here comes Rona. Jay to the corner. Fadden one more time. No. Rebound punched out of there by Nail. Run down by Keegan Hopper. Hopper hands it off to Rona. Now Fadden into the corner. Mason Hopper for 3. No. Rebound loose again. Saved by Keegan, but right into the hands of Wallace. Wallace the other way, challenging Nail, and he's fouled.
You knew he was taking it to hole. He had the look in his eye there, that J.J. Nail, or I mean that Wallace, excuse me.
This McGuffey team played Yock and Washington twice. They went 0-4 against them. Lost by 2 to each one, a time apiece. Those two combined to go 22-2 in the section this season. And Mike Fedegante said to us before the game, they've just been so inconsistent this year. Looks like Mason Hopper and Keegan Hopper will take seats for the night. They scored a season-high 69 against Fort Cherry on December 30th. That was in the Avella tournament. But they were held to sub-50 in 5 of the final 8 games this season. And they are well on their way towards that tonight. Poked away, Cunningham, and he dunks it.
Hey, why not?
Got a chance, you might as well.
Yeah.
McGuffey was 2-4 in games decided by 5 or fewer points. Boston, and he gets it to go.
Boston in double figures.
10 points off the bench, and they were 2-4 in games decided by 10 or fewer. So they just could not seem to get a breakthrough win this year. And then maybe 2 of their best games, as Cunningham fires the 3. 2 of their best games were the losses by 1 to Yock and Washington. And that might be it for the starters tonight. It looks like it anyway. Fadden's going to end up with 25, pending. Jay Rona with 12. They called a timeout, a Pontius Insurance timeout, with Mohawk up by 29. That game, or that timeout, brought to you by Pontius Insurance. Visit pontiusinsurance.com to request a quote for auto, home, business, or life insurance.
Neshannock up on Mount Pleasant now 41-25.
Lancers appear to be safe tonight. Some of the other scores from around the 3A tournament. Shadyside defeated Beaver Falls tonight, 79-62. Burrell defeated Seton LaSalle, upset Seton LaSalle 55-50. That is a 6-11 or an 11-6 upset. And then on the other side of the bracket, Derry knocks off last year's runner-up Olsh 54-53. Out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by Newcastle Transit Authority. Visit newcastletransitauthority.org for more information and route schedules. Remember, senior citizens ride for free.
Yeah, that's the shocker of the night right there, Derry. Trying to find an update on that Elwood game, but nothing yet. Dig here in the last couple minutes here.
So win tonight by Mohawk as Wallace can't connect and retort the rebound. It's J.J. Nail, Joey Nail, Justin Boston, Drew Rona, and Dante Retort. A win tonight by Mohawk guarantees 2 more games. Even if they lose the quarters, they would stay alive to try to play through the consolation bracket. But 2 more wins would guarantee a state playoff berth, and they would be in the finals of the WPIAL championship. As Retort will fire a 3. Dante knocks it down. 68-36. Wallace the other way. Answers, no, in and out. A lob down the floor. Nail lays it in.
Lawrence County looking good right now. Elwood City up 42-27 at the end of 3. So they're on the collision course with Deer Lakes on Thursday.
Joe Roth against Deer Lakes. Pro lost the ball. Look at Joey Nail hustling. Saves it to Boston. Down the floor, Retort. Waits, hands it off. J.J. Nail lays it in again.
Why not? Here comes more subs.
12 for J.J. Nail. It's 72-36 with 2:15 to go. The 2 seed's going to be moving on to the quarterfinals.
And the seniors coming out here for McGuffey. The McGuffey fans on their feet. As well as they should be. Honor these seniors here at McGuffey. Got 4 of them.
Blake Logan and also Vinny Pizzulio are into the game for Mohawk.
4 seniors from McGuffey: Connor Crow, Ryan Keith, Chris Ely, and Grayson Wallace. Good effort for them, but just not tonight. Mohawk just too strong. 13 3-pointers on the night for Mohawk.
Jackson Peters is also out there, so it's Peters, Logan, Pizzulio, Drew Rona, and Joey Nail for Mohawk.
And actually, Drew Rona's a better golfer than his brother. So
Cunningham stays out there along with Carlisle, Jake Ely, McGowan.
And Drew will tell you that, too.
Sam Stout also. I'd love to see the competition between those two. Cunningham.
Oh, my gosh, yeah.
Jumper is no good. Rebound Stout. Stout, the goalie on the McGuffey Boys soccer team. He actually got that job 7 games into the season. So was not the starter. He was, I don't even know that they projected he would be a goalie. But he stepped in there and helped this McGuffey team out. He's gotten some extra minutes here of late, but it's going to be too little too late tonight. That 3 on the way by Ely is no good. Rebound into the hands of Peters. Under 90 seconds to go. Pizzulio fires a 3. No. Rebound Cunningham. Mohawk is going to be in the quarters and a timeout called.
Just a quick one. They get some players in.
Wyatt Frazee is in the game for McGuffey as Cunningham's night appears to be over. He finished with 11.
Only a junior, though.
It's been a build for this McGuffey team. Hat tip to them. They just keep pushing and pushing. Their football team's had a lot of success lately, too.
Yeah, they have.
Really, under Ed Dalton, who, as we mentioned, just resigned. There's a nice jumper by Jake Ely. Ed Dalton just resigned in January. He had led that team to 12 consecutive winning seasons in the WPIAL. Drew Rona with under a minute to go. feeds Peters. Now it's Joey Nail and back out to Blake Logan. Peters, 37 seconds to go. Now Rona once again, they've held the ball every close to every quarter. As Peters inside, and he'll get the roll. His first two of the night, 74-39. McGuffey's going to be held to under 50 for the 6th time in 9 games. And might Mohawk get another crack at Yock in the WPIAL tournament? We'll see, as McGowan's 3 is on the way. Yock tipped off with South Park a couple minutes ago. Off balance 3 by Ely with 2 seconds to go. The clock will wind, and that will do it. Mohawk is moving on to the quarterfinals. They win it tonight, 74-39 over McGuffey. We'll take a timeout, add up the stats, and then hopefully get Mike O'Lear over here for a couple of post-game comments. Mohawk wins it tonight in convincing fashion. You were watching live coverage of the boys 3A WPIAL tournament on the Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP.
In need of a lawyer? Contact Medore Bonner Law, a boutique firm offering tailored legal services and over 120 years legal experience. County residents with strong family ties to the community, Jason Medore and Michael Bonner, established Medore Bonner Law to provide clients with legal expertise and personal attention. Guided by their professional staff, you can feel confident your rights will be protected. Call attorneys Jason Medore or Michael Bonner, or visit MedoreBonnerLaw.com for more information.
I love what I do because coming in every day is different.
How can you not enjoy these kids coming up and hugging you and giving you these great smiles all throughout the day?
Seeing the progress that our kids make every single day is one of the reasons I love coming to school.
What should we do? We have fun.
Learning Sari, Howard's and Lord, and become a superhero today. Apply at lcap.org.
GEM building contractors and developers have a proven record of performance on any size project. They bring value, local craftsmanship, expert management to meet any challenge. From design construction, from inspection to budget estimation, GEM Builders has been building our community for 70 years.
That was awesome.
For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $30 visit to the Melee Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and/or all therapy is necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between. Let Melee Chiropractic keep you in.
When it comes to shopping for insurance, there are thousands of options out there. MVP Insurance proactively shops and compares your policies to find the best coverage and rate. Josh Mathur and David Verratti want to provide you with the level of personalized service that you know that you are the MVP of their agency. They simplify insurance so you can live stress-free. Visit one of their locations in Zeno-Leopold or in New Springfield, Ohio. Call MVP for the win. Proud sponsor of the MVP of the game on the Lawrence County SportsNet.
Contractors, the Department of Healthy Homes needs you. From small to large residential projects, you can help families live safer and healthier with the quality work you do. It's rewarding in more ways than one. Call LCAP's Department of Healthy Homes today.
I think the key to any attorney-client relationship is trust. My father told me a long time ago, the definition of personal integrity, it's really simple. Do what you say you're going to do. At LGKG, we've been doing that for over 80 years.
Just like going to the doctor, our homes need a checkup too. If your home is not properly weatherized, you could be at risk for symptoms that cause unhealthy ailments and higher utility bills. The Weatherization Assistance Program is the key to reducing utility costs and increasing comfort in your home. Services include an in-home energy audit to inspect your furnace and hot water tank, check for air sealing around windows and doors, and ensure adequate insulation and ventilation. Learn more at lcap.org or call the Department of Healthy Homes to get your checkup today.
Nominations are now being accepted for the LCAP Team of the Month and the LGKG Male and Female Athlete of the Month. Log on to lcsportsnet.com/awards to nominate your favorite team or athlete today. Castle Asphalt and Construction is driven to provide quality, cost-efficient pavement-related services to Western Pennsylvania. Every paving or construction service at Castle Asphalt begins with a thorough site inspection of the area to allow their team of professionals to become familiar with the unique conditions of your home or business. Once the site inspection is complete, Castle Asphalt provides you with a detailed plan of the design, cost, materials, and time of completion, so you know exactly what to expect during your construction. Visit castleasphalt.com to request a quote for your next project and make your dream design come to fruition.
Back here in our post-game show, Eric Thomas with you. We're hopeful to have Mohawk head coach Mike O'Leary here shortly to get some post-game comments from him as Mohawk wins it in convincing fashion tonight, 74-39. Never really let McGuffey up for any air. And a big night for Bobby Fadden and Jay Rona as well. Let's take a look at the scoring recap brought to you by Creative Edge, where design and construction come together with experience. From concept to creation, they combine their extensive construction experience with creative design to make your project a reality. Fully licensed and insured architecture and construction management services. Call 724-652-1372 for more information. For McGuffey, they were led tonight by Aiden Cunningham with 11, 9 each for Trey McGowan and Grayson Wallace, 5 for Chris Ely and 2 for Connor Crow off the bench. Mike O'Leary is going to come over here. We'll get you the Mohawk recap here in a second. That's perfect, yes. Jay Rona is going to join us as well. Boy, I was wondering at some point, you save any ammo? My goodness, you guys came out swinging tonight.
Yeah, I don't know. I know we shot it well. I just don't know what, number-wise. I haven't looked at anything in the last 5 minutes since we left. So,
big night for Bobby. He got off to a hot start, but I want to talk to you about the two Hopper twins because rebounding tonight, they did a little bit of everything. They didn't score a whole ton of points, but they did a lot for you tonight underneath. Rebounding, just handling the ball, a lot of things that aren't going to show up in the box score. They were really good tonight.
Yeah, that's their role for us. Keegan had a matchup on, number 35, and he's probably given up 6 inches to the kid. The kid was averaging 18 a game. I don't know what he finished with, but we knew he had 2 at half. And, Keegan, it started with Keegan, then it starts with our help side guys to be in position when 35 caught it, that we were doubling. But Keegan just, he's just a tough kid. I mean, both of them are. Mason's tough, Keegan's tough. Mason's out front guard and point guard. Pressuring the ball, and if we could get good ball pressure like we talked about before, take the vision away from throwing the ball inside, 35 would have a rough night, and I felt like we did that.
You said you had to start fast tonight, too. You guys came out, lightning fast. They chipped away there a little bit, got it down to 6 early, but once it hit that point and you got it back up to 9, they got it to 8 there in the second quarter at one point, but even after that, when you felt a little bit that they were starting to chip away, your guys just turned it up a notch and ran away with it.
In that middle of that second quarter, we were gassed. I know they were too, but I think we missed about 7 or 8 threes in a row. We started taking some bad shots. Some of them weren't even bad shots. We just missed them. And you could just tell, maybe it was a week and a half off, middle of second quarter. So much went into the beginning of the game in that first quarter that we weren't going to shoot it that well all night long. But once they regrouped, Justin Boston come off the bench, made a couple good plays. Defensively, get his hand on the ball. Just when we were kind of teetering of, 6 or an 8-point game, he gets a deflection. He hits a 3 at the end of the second quarter. So it's good. I just told the guys in there, Justin played a good game. Dante played a good game. I felt like, the guys that we need to contribute off the bench tonight, played about as good as they can play in the minutes they get.
3 buzzer beaters to end the first 3 quarters as well. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, we messed up all 3 plays. So that was all the kids. That had nothing. I screwed them up. I mean, we called something out, and all 3 times we took a shot. We didn't practice. So.
Last thing I'll ask you, we talked a little bit too about your section. Looks like Neshannock did just win, by the way, and Elwood City is blowing the doors off Washington right now. Okay. And you had to go through all 3 of those teams, or all 2 of those teams, and I mean that just speaks to how powerful that top section was.
Yeah, and you don't really know that until this time. You're playing good teams. You don't know how your strength of schedule within your own section plays out until this tonight, maybe Thursday night, and you see who's left. But if those teams are winning, they got good teams, and again, I think we have as good a section as there is, and I think they proved that tonight.
2 more games. You're guaranteed 2 more games now.
Yeah, and we just talked about that last year. Like you said at the beginning tonight, we kind of had to earn our way through the tough road last year, and this year we just we win Thursday night, we do it on our own. We don't have to worry about a playback game. We don't have to worry about anything else other than we earned our way into the States on our own terms, and that's where we want to go.
We'll talk to you down the line, sir.
Thank you.
Good luck on Thursday night. Congratulations on a big win. That's Mike Olaire, the head coach of Mohawk. We're going to get Jay Rona over here for a couple of comments as well. He had a big night tonight, finished with 12 points. All 4 of his field goals were threes. Have you slide that on right there. Had to feel pretty good.
All right, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
I'm good.
How did that feel after this tonight?
Good. Packed crowd, obviously. Home playoff game, so it was cool to see everybody here, and we obviously played pretty well. So.
Last time you were on this floor, when you played Neshannock in the regular season finale, you didn't have a great game.
Yeah.
I mean, let's just be honest about that. Did you feel any more pressure coming down here tonight? This is probably the last time you're going to play on this floor. I mean, we'll see what happens with states and how far you guys go, but this is the last time you're likely going to play here. How big was it for you to come out tonight? And you didn't just do it scoring. You probably had close to 10 assists tonight, too.
Yeah, Neshannock, I mean, they came in trying to take me away, and I kind of let that get me out of my game a little bit. I wasn't aggressive enough, and so that's my fault. But, yeah, it was definitely a big bounce-back game. Like, you got to come back and you got to show up. And we did it in a big way, personally, as a team. So, yeah, it was good to get this one tonight.
And you got a pretty good running mate, too. He scored 25 again tonight. He is on some kind of tear right now.
Yeah, he's really good. Like, so teams are talking about him. Like, when they see they're playing us, it's how do you stop Bobby, and there's really no way to do that. 42 on Friday, 20-some tonight. Like, he's just too good to try and take him away. He's going to always score, and he's guarding the second best player or best player on the other team. So when you got a guy like that, you can win the whole thing. So,
aside from you guys, you got contributions off the bench from just about everybody who gives you meaningful minutes.
Yeah.
Dante was great, Justin was great, but the 2 hoppers and JJ Nail, who did a lot of dirty work tonight for you too. Can you just talk about the importance of those 3 guys? You don't really have like a true big man, but JJ hangs in there with anybody, and Mason and Keegan were tremendous in the paint tonight.
Yeah, Mason and Keegan, they're our energy guys. I mean, they do all the dirty work. They're out there playing hard. They're at the top of our presses. They've always been like that. They're gassed. It doesn't take them long to get gassed because they play so hard. And JJ can rebound with anybody. He gets up there for being whatever he is, 6'1", 6'2". He jumps with anybody. And that's big when we don't have a true big guy like that. Dante's the same way when he comes in off the bench. And Justin's just like the hoppers, like top of our presses, guarding one of their better players. End of quarter twice today, before halftime and then the third quarter. We didn't get into our set the right way, and Justin hits a big 3 to bail us out. So it's a big deal for him to come off the bench and do things like that for us.
You, Justin, and I'll even say guys like Blake, Dante, Joey, and Bobby.
Yeah.
You know, there's this core that's here that just wins every single time, every sport you guys do. Now, I know that those guys, all don't play golf, too. You play the 4 sports, but there's a winning culture with baseball. There's a winning culture with football. There's a winning culture with basketball here. How much fun has it been for you to play with a lot of those guys through all of those sports and have the high level of success you have?
Yeah, and Bobby is a really good golfer too. He would.
I don't want to hear that. We talked about it tonight.
He'd come right in and be in our first six. He's that good. So, but yeah, you talk about the core group. It wasn't like that when we were coming up in elementary school, junior high. Like, there was a lot of bad teams. We lost a lot of games. And it wasn't even like that in 9th and 10th grade. We won 3 games. Like, we were 3-20. Like, it's just been about changing it. We got a great group of guys that are committed to it and dedicated to changing this thing here. And that's just how it is. Like, we feed off that from one sport to the other. So when you got a group like that, it comes easy sometimes.
You guys have had success at Oakmont. I drove by it the other night dreaming about getting to play there one day.
Yeah,
get off my
sweet.
table.
Yeah.
Come on, get out of here.
That was sweet. Thank you.
Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Or good luck on Thursday night. Congratulations on tonight. That's Jay Rona. Excellent night for him tonight. He scores 12 points in the win for Mohawk. Let's recap the scoring quickly again for Mohawk, brought to you by Creative Edge, as Bobby Fadden led the way with 25, Jay Rona with 12, J.J. Nail with 12, Justin Boston with 10, 9 for Dante Retort, 2 apiece for Mason Hopper and Keegan Hopper. Let's give you one last look, too, at our out-of-town scoreboard update brought to you by Newcastle Transit Authority. Visit Newcastle Transit Authority for more information and route schedules. Remember, senior citizens ride for free. Neshannock is through with a win tonight over Mount Pleasant. Derry defeats Olsh 54-53. Deer Lakes was on its way. We don't have a final on that just yet, but they were on their way to defeating Stowe Rocks tonight. That Neshannock final 66-40, by the way, over Mount Pleasant. Elwood City up huge on Washington at the end of the third. That was a 42-27 score at the end of the third. So the Wolverines look like they might have a date with the number 1 seed, Deer Lakes, on Thursday night. On the other side of the bracket, Mohawk won tonight. They await the winner of Yock and South Park. That game tipped off at 8. The other quarterfinal is set. The 3 seed Shady Side Academy defeats Beaver Falls tonight 79-62. And then in another upset, the 11 seed Burrell defeats 6 seed Seton LaSalle 55-50. So your number 1 seed Deer Lakes moves on. Your runner-up last year, Olsh, gone. Your 2 seed Mohawk moves on. Your 3 seed Shady Side moves on. And Neshannock, the 4. So the top 4 seeds are all going to move on.
So far, not a bad job by the seeding committee. Getting your 4 seeds moving on. But, talking to Coach O'Leary while you were talking to Coach Rona, I said, might get a good chance getting that game down North Allegheny. He says, that's great. He said, the bigger the floor, the better. We need the biggest floor we possibly can. So they're hoping for that.
Well, we'll see what happens. Those sites come out tomorrow. They're all neutral sites for the quarterfinals and the semifinals, and of course the finals are over at the Peterson Athletic Center. Time now to give out some awards. Our Play of the Game award brought to you by Maley Chiropractic, and we are going to go ahead and give that to, I believe we said we're going to give it to Keegan Hopper?
Mason Hopper, yeah, with that steal, he was falling out of bounds right in front of us, basically, was able to save it in, and then they got the field goal.
So Maley Chiropractic is proud to present the Play of the Game award to Mason Hopper of Mohawk. Maley Chiropractic and the Lawrence County SportsNet are proud to honor Mason for tonight's Play of the Game. He'll receive a customized T-shirt courtesy of the Red Zone in recognition of tonight's Play of the Game. Video of tonight's Play of the Game may also be featured on the Trib Live High School Sports Network's standout platform on X and Instagram. To view tonight's Maley Chiropractic Play of the Game and the full list of this season's top plays, go online to lcsportsnet.com, click on Play of the Game. Congratulations to Mason Hopper for tonight's Maley Chiropractic Play of the Game. Let Maley Chiropractic keep you in the game. Our MVP Insurance MVP of the Game award, who else are we going to give it to?
We could have gone with Jay because the assist. He was probably in double figures, possibly with assists. He might have had a double-double.
I agree with you. But Bobby Fadden, 16 points in the first half, 25 for the game. He has scored in buckets the last couple of games, including that tremendous play down the stretch against Neshannock that forced overtime. They really had a good crack to win that game in overtime, too. Bobby Fadden is tonight's MVP Insurance MVP of the Game award. winner. So MVP Insurance is proud to present the MVP of the Game award to Bobby Fadden of Mohawk. MVP Insurance and the Lawrence County Sports Network are proud to honor Bobby as tonight's MVP of the game. He received a customized T-shirt courtesy of the Red Zone in recognition of being tonight's MVP of the game. To view a full list of this year's game MVPs, go online to lcsportsnet.com and click on MVP of the game. Congratulations to Bobby Fadden for being named tonight's MVP of the game. MVP Insurance, call MVP for the win. So quarters again, Deer Lakes, they get the winner of Washington Elwood City. Elwood City in control of that game going in the fourth quarter. Neshannock and Derry are set for one quarterfinal on Thursday, site and time to be determined. Mohawk awaits the winner of Yock and South Park, and Shadyside and Burrell will meet in the other quarterfinal. Again, all neutral sites Thursday. The sites and time to be released tomorrow by the WPIAL.
Yeah, so we got 3 Lawrence County teams in 3A, so we will do our best to get coverage from the Trib or from here from Lawrence County to try to get every team on the air.
That'll do it for us here tonight. We have more basketball coming your way tomorrow night, Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night. We know for sure Wednesday night, Lee and I will be over at Fox Chapel for the Neshannock girls game, so you can tune into that game. That game starts at 6 o'clock on Wednesday night, so make sure you tune in around 5:45 or so. We'll be on the air with our pregame show, and then it'll be a 6 o'clock tip from Fox Chapel.
And we'll be at Shenango tomorrow night for the Shenango boys against the South Park boys tomorrow night at 7 o'clock.
That'll be a good one as well. We'll also see you Thursday night. We got 2 semis for you. Mohawk awaits either Yock or South Park, and Neshannock will take on Derry. Again, just check WPIAL.org, check the Trib. They will have all the sites and the times for you sometime tomorrow. Mohawk wins it tonight, 74-39. A big night for Bobby Fadden, a big night for Jay Rona, a big night for the Warriors. They're moving on to the quarterfinals, and we'll see them on Thursday night. We'll talk to you on Wednesday night. We hope you